You've tuned into the Nature Channel. I'm your host, Nature Tony, for today's nature walk. What up, Arham? Out here in the wilds, out here in the wilderness. Let's see if this chair's all wet. What up, Blues Girl? Been long time no see. See if I can wipe this camera off. I think it's a damn protector. So I was gonna do this chat a couple days ago, but do it today, right? Ain't doing nothing. Work slow as hell. I mean, brutally slow right now. So more work going on outside. If it would stop raining, which it finally did today, and it's a nice, beautiful day. Nice little breeze. I think we're gonna push 60 today if we're lucky. Oh, well, thanks. I'm beautiful. So, talk about AI, a race to the bottom. Most folks, most overseers of nations and whatnot are, it's a new arms race like back in the day. What up, Felicia? Back in the day, Russia, USA, whether it was the space race or the nuke race, here we are in the AI race with everybody trying to do AI, and everybody claiming it's going to be this great thing, this, that, and the other. I think it was Stephen Miller the other day that said, you know, with AI automation, all that. So I think he said like 1% of the, I guess, migrant community um, picks fruits and veggies and stuff like that, right? So only out of all the migrants that are being used to do farm work, you know, the one that over on news networks they claim, you know, what are we gonna do, who's gonna pick all our food, which is a whole nother spiral to get into. But so supposedly only 1% of the migrants, you know, and these peoples are here on work visas and stuff like that. Only 1% of the migrant workforce is in agriculture. The rest is in all types of other industries. So I think it was Stephen Miller was saying, you know, in a matter of no time, that 1% is going to be replaced by automation, is going to be replaced by AI. So you can imagine everything as we race into AI and as we shoot to basically make AI what folks dream of AI being, right? This futuristic bullshit that's in the movies. And we all know how the movies end. So everything will be automated. Obviously there'll be some technical jobs that computers and AI can't do, but it's only a matter of time before, you know, say 50 years from now, buildings aren't even constructed by humans anymore. It's all automated. There's already 3D printed homes that they use, I think it's foam and concrete to make, and the machine does all the work. So, you know, the workers got to probably unload the machine, stuff like that, set that up. But yeah, I mean, is that what the crash was? I dare even dabble or even put my opinion on what this crash is. You know, I've had a realization that all of this, you know, I've always been able to intake this fire hose of information coming in, but it's just so much shit. And it's like, until I guess the troops are falling out of the sky onto my property, it's just, I mean, I'm watching it all, but I need to stop. I really need to stop. I really need to unplug from all this, the rabbit holes that you can go down through on everything. To think, I guess, that the Vanguard or whatever was going to change once Trump got in. You know, I mean, the military, the government officials, they still hold themselves at a high esteem as not letting, you know, like the parents not letting the kids know that Santa's not real. And so I think that a lot of stuff's really not going to come out. We'll see. You know, we'll really see. I guess the time will tell if we really see the actual real truth and not the redacted and whatever else, you know, show and face type stuff. But AI is going to replace all, you know, I can imagine it replacing maybe not all manual labor, but probably like 90% of manual labor. You know, eventually, you know, buildings, like I said, will be constructed by AI, by computers, by robots, however you want to, whatever you want to call it, for for it to process in your computer chip. Some technical stuff might be some years out, but it's, you know, a warehouse worker. Um, yeah, what up, Liberty for All? Everything. I mean, supposedly, and I haven't looked super duper deep into this, but supposedly the whole port of Los Angeles is all automated now. The whole fight, I guess, people went back and forth with the mafia dude that was running the longshoreman deal, whether he was just being a mafia type or if he was actually trying to stop, because he had mentioned that, you know, stopping ports from being totally automated. Well, I don't think there's no way of stopping that. There's only a matter of time before computers and robots are doing everything. And it's not like they're lying to us. not like they're lying to us or not out in the front about it. They are. It's a race. It's an out and right race. What's up, Lance Corporal? It's an out and right race. I say to the bottom, but it's a race between the biggest nations, probably some of the biggest companies to come up with AI to handle their workload, to eventually handle, you know, military installations and stuff like that, right? Um, all the simple stuff will happen first. You know, a great example would be, I think I was in when they started turning paper files into digital files, or just after I got out. I remember we went from the green ID where everybody looked the same, where it was like the black and white picture, to the white card that had your picture on it and it had a chip on it. So that chip was supposed to hold all your medical info in the future, is what that chip was for. So it'll start with that kind of simple stuff, automated, automation. Then, you know, before you know it, every call center person will be an AI system, AI robot. Before you know it, some of the easier labor jobs, you know, stuff that's, I think, you know, probably at the bottom or the top, however you look at it, would be the automated picking of the crops and stuff that they're talking about. You know, all that is pretty much, you know, if you know anybody, and I know a couple people that drive them tractors and shit, I mean, automation pretty much does everything right now as it is. If 1% of the migrant workforce is in agriculture, then, you know, that's not shit. I don't know what the civilian or the native populations, people picking and doing all that kind of work. But you can see simple stuff like that going away. I think warehouse workers, Amazon's been well on its way to replacing people for a long time, and they have. You know, they used to have warehouses full of people and robots. Now I think it's primarily robots that are doing mostly everything in these Amazon places. I mean, it's sped up. It's sped up by people that are commies that want to pay, you know, that want to be paid $15 an hour to flip burgers. Companies, successful companies, companies that are smart, intelligent, want to continue to keep making money, they're going to look at that as a hurdle, as an obstacle, if they already weren't. And all you did was put the speed process on it, of bumping up and getting automated before you know it. And I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm okay and I'm not. More of me's okay with it that fast food and stuff goes automated, because maybe we'll get fucking better service finally, right? The little tiny part of me says, well, shit, I worked fast food when I was young, and it was a great place to like get started and start learning about how to go to work and all that kind of stuff. So sucks, but so does the service at most of these places. I would say most anybody in, you know, whether it's a fast food place, some restaurants, most stores, the customer service is terrible. I mean, the customer service, the amount of people not giving a fuck is like, most people don't give a fuck. They're at that fucking shitty job. They feel they're getting paid a shitty wage. I mean, I talked about it before, right? Hobby Lobby is like a perfect one. And I'm not here to rail against Hobby Lobby, or was I in the other video, but the people that work at Hobby Lobby, they're drones. They literally do the same shit all year round, putting out Chinese stuff out on the shelves and rehashing it over and over and over all year long. You know, there's just drones like worker bees. And so I don't know what those people get paid. Maybe they get paid a fair wage, but I find that most jobs are just pretty much like that. America sells nothing but Chinese bullshit, and all the whole job of most Americans is to be stocking the shelves, American stores, with Chinese bullshit. How exciting that is, right? So I just watch these people. I'm just an observer. And it looks like the life has been sucked out of these people. It looks like they are just automated Manchurian candidates, you know? Hobby Lobbied the fuck out. Or wherever else it could be. It could be any other store. Most people are, I mean, it's shit. Retail is shit. Working at fast food is shit. It's like somewhere where it's not, it's somewhere where you start. It's not somewhere where you end. And so what society or American society has morphed into is that's where people have ended up. And so since they ended up there and they think it's like, well, I ended up here, this is my career, I should be getting paid X amount of dollars. And the company looks at that and they say, the fuck, I'm paying a worker drone. I will pay a actual drone rather than pay you $15 an hour, $20 an hour, $25 an hour, whatever the magic number is. So I'm here to wave that motherfucking red flag and tell people, man, automation is coming. And it's, I mean, what do you do as America or Trump? I'm not making excuses for him or whatever. I'm just making sure I cover all the bases here. What do you do as America? What do you do as Trump? Do you fucking sit by while the whole world is developing AI and doing what they're doing? Or do you got to jump in and make sure you make your AI? I don't have the answer to that question, honestly, yet. I mean, I've been thinking about it, but, I would tend to think, well, shit, it's an arms race, right? So you got to be in there racing along with everybody else. Towards the bottom, yes, but terrible. From the amount of jobs we're going to lose, they say, well, AI is going to create this many jobs. Well, there's obviously probably no telling until a decade, 2 decades down the road after these programs have been put into place, what the stats are. For every 10,000 AI jobs you created, you eliminated 1 million jobs. I'm just throwing a crazy number out there, but well, I'm sure AI. I mean, I've heard bullshit, and I think most of it's bullshit. I've heard stuff about Japanese scientists getting an AI all good and shit, and I've heard some stuff, some fairy tales, I think. But I'm just saying, I've heard some fairy tales out there, whether they're true or not, about how some of these countries, how some of these AI creators have done some weird shit. Not only that, some of them have been taken out. So there's a lot of mystery and a lot of weird shit going on with whoever creates the AI. Whoever creates the AI, they got to they're going to be the one that inputs whatever, right? And who's going to be the person that inputs the knowledge in the AI? And so we just no matter what, we are marching off to a dystopian future. I mean, a golden age, I mean, perhaps, but man, I would say, like I've been saying for almost 5 years, March will be 5 years. I've been saying, what up, Stefan? Get you a place in the woods and stay away for as long as you can, because, I mean, there ain't no running from it. I don't think any of us are running from it. We got to get out of the way. You got to get out of the way. I mean, to be in the city right now, um, I can't even comprehend it. We ain't even speaking the same language. So, but it's hard. I mean, think about how hard it'll probably, I mean, will it be equal hit on the city and the people in the country? Will the people in the country be hit harder? Because there's not that many jobs in the country already. And if those jobs are taken out by AI, then, you could devastate whole communities. It could be possibly as on an equal footing in the city, but what up, Poison Stinger? It could be equal in the city, I guess, but you still gonna have a bunch of like baristas and stupid ass art galleries and shit. So there'll be plenty of that in the cities and whatever else commies do in the city. But in the country, all the working people will be eliminated, it seems like. So you just got to get you a piece. Gotta get you a piece. Somebody's been working back in the, I think it's down bottom of the hill somewhere. I hear an excavator for the last couple days. I'm not sure where it's operating, but I've been hearing it. But stuff's kind of chilled out. There's some dogs way out there that I hear. That's all they do is yap. I just stabbed myself in the head with a fucking cedar. Oh, son of a bitch. Shot myself in the face earlier too, shooting some of them stupid shorties and fucking little tiny 12 gauge whatever, and I shot a wet tree. Some of them BBs came back and hit me in the lip and in the head. I'm like, what the fuck? So I shot myself earlier. Now I just stabbed myself in the head with a damn branch. Nature could be rough on you. But what? Yeah. What up, Stefan? No, I haven't heard that. Stinger, I think Stinger's up right by him, but I haven't heard that. I've been checking on him. But yeah, I hit a wet tree that's totally dead. That's like so close to being knocked down. It's like back there, that skinny one that's all dead at the top. I hit that mug and I guess it's just sopping wet because it's so dead. But usually that bitch is like sawdust. Oh man, I hit myself in the damn head. But no, I'm all good. All good. I was working out here really good on this pile I got to get burned here. I gotta get this pile burned, man. I was working on it so good. I was getting so much progress. And of course, a soaker comes down for 2 days, a day and a half. It's just, gosh, fall on my face. This just never ends. So I'll be working this pile. Probably won't be able to start working again until next week. But everything's so sopping wet. Oh man. So once I get all this cleared out, I'm gonna try to use this